Hey class, okay. I hope you enjoyed your day off yesterday. I know I did. Um, we're gonna finish up chapter 4, lesson 3 today. We are talking about the leaves, stems, and roots, which we mentioned those parts earlier in the week, but today we're really gonna focus in on them. So the shape and positioning of the leaves is what helps them catch that sunlight to make their food. That's why every plant has different shaped leaves and they're placed differently along the stem. Leaves are usually spread out along the stems in the way that allows them to catch the most sunlight. They're not going to be stacked on top of each other like this, right? Because then only the top leaf is going to get that sunlight. They're usually kind of spread out like this or kind of staggered so that they can all get the most sunlight possible. Stems also grow toward the light, which is purposeful because that's the leaves have to be able to get the most sunlight. So when the stem grows towards the light, that means the leaves can also grow towards the light as well. Roots, however, grow away from the stem because they have to search for that water and those nutrients in the soil. And the reason that they grow down is because of gravity. All right, so we've got our leaves, which produce the food through photosynthesis. Our roots spread out and look for that water and nutrients. The stem is what brings all of that water and nutrients up to the other parts of the plant. And then the flower is what helps create our seeds or fruit, depending on what kind of plant or flower it is. Some plants actually have a large main root called a taproot. So a taproot, you actually know what you've seen one before because carrots are taproots. So if you've ever picked a carrot, which probably many of you have not, but carrots actually grow in the ground. When you go pick carrots or go harvest carrots or however you want to say it, so say my hand is the ground. We'll pick an orange one so that way it's like a carrot. Say this is the carrot, okay? Here's the ground. So this is all you see of the carrot. You'll see the leaves from the top of the carrot, and that is it. The rest of the carrot, the part that you actually eat, is underground. It's a taproot. Yes, it's still safe to eat. You eat carrots all the time, and you didn't even know they were in the ground like that probably. They are safe to eat. They get washed. They get taken care of. But carrots and radishes, so you only see the top parts of them, and then the part that you actually eat is underneath the ground. Isn't that kind of cool? Nature's crazy. All right, plants without roots. Remember earlier in the week, I think Monday, maybe we talked about, and I said that sometimes I said that some plants have all three parts, leaves, stems, and roots, because some plants do not have all those parts. So here we're going to talk about plants that do not have roots. So some plants do not have underground roots, and they are called air plants. So these air plants actually absorb, oh my gosh, I put those two words together, absorb and moisture. Absorb moisture directly from the air. So if it's ever rained or if it's kind of dewy outside, anything like that, they absorb the moisture from the air to get the water they need. And then the nutrients they actually get from dust in the air that gets kicked around. So, you can be running outside and sometimes you kick up the dirt or it's really windy and the dirt starts flying around. Well, the air plants absorb the dust from the air and get the nutrients they need from the dust. Kind of cool, right? So Spanish moss is an example of an air plant, and that's one that really grows in many parts of the United States, and it looks like this. It's kind of pretty, right? Yeah, and it does not have roots. It just absorbs moisture, water from the air, and then it gets its nutrients from the dirt that gets kicked around and is floating through the air too. All right, guys, that is it for this week. We are done. You do have a quiz tomorrow, so make sure that you go back and look at these at some point throughout the week if you need to. You do have an assignment today. It should be real quick because today was a quick lesson. So just make sure you go back and look at that, and I will see you guys next week for another lesson. See you then, guys. Have a good weekend.